everyone to another video today. My name is Nicholas or Nick Greer. It doesn't matter to me, so let's get into it. And today I will be talking about 5 forgotten speedsters. We all know that the fastest man alive is Barry Allen Flash, or at least he say he is. We all know that the fastest man alive is the Wizard. The Wizard is way faster than Godspeed, Red Death Flash from the Death Metal storyline, and faster than Professor Zoom. Obviously, I'm just joking, because we all know that Godspeed is the fastest speedster of all time. With God in his name, you always know that this dude can outrun any speedster. I don't know if there is another speedster faster than Godspeed. If so, then leave it in the comment section below. With all that being said, let's move on to today's list. Starting off at number 5, we have Silver Streak. Starting off with a golden age character, Silver Streak is one of the earliest speedsters in all of comics. He was created 2 months later after Jay Garrick Flash, the original speedster before Barry Allen. Despite him not having a name, he was a taxi cab driver that wanted to be a race car driver. One day he was hypnotized by a Swami, a religious Hindu teacher. He was hypnotized to believe that he was the strongest, bravest, and the fastest man alive as Silver Streak. He supposedly died in a car crash, but the Swami resurrected the cab driver. Afterwards, he decided to make the world a better place by wearing a colorful costume to stop Nazi spies as Silver Streak. Soon he was accompanied by a sidekick named Mercury, who's also a speedster. He gained super speed from Silver Streak's blood transfusion. It would change his name to Meteor instead of Mercury. Moving on to number 4, we have Dervish. Nema and her husband were a part of a government process where they empowered individuals with superhuman abilities. Her husband was transformed into a monster named Manticore, and Nema would gain the ability of superhuman speed, going by Dervish. After Cheshire, a female assassin, destroys the government, Dervish was imprisoned after it was believed she killed her own husband. Imprisoned with some of the members of the superhero team called the Outsiders, a riot breaks out, leading them to escape. As they teamed up to defeat some goons, Dervish wanted to see her husband. However, the member Wild reveals that her husband died in a plane engine. Leaving the team to get revenge, she teamed up with other past members who all want revenge. Beefing with the Outsiders, majority of the members were killed by Strike Force. Surviving the attack, Dervish was imprisoned afterwards. She was never heard of again. At number 3, we have Blur. Jeffrey Walters was once an overweight fast food manager until one day an event called the White Event gave him the ability of superhuman speed. The White Event is an event that gives people superhuman abilities. With these newfound powers, it was impossible for him to stop and would eat large quantities of food to keep his metabolism going. Rapidly losing weight, he becomes a patient of a paranormal clinic. Escaping the clinic due to racism, he and others were abducted to be brought back to the clinic. Becoming friends with some of the patients, he lost his family in the Black Event, a complete opposite of the White Event. Trying to kill himself, his friend Dave saves him and was placed in the U.S. Army for paranormals. Battling in a war resulting in trauma, he recovers from this thanks to Kathy Blizzard telepathy. Crossing over into the 616 universe, since he's from a different universe, he joins this universe's Squadron Supreme, where they confronted Namor, the Submariner, and his arch nemesis Atuma. At number 2, we have Stanley Stewart, also known as Blur. Stanley Stewart was a young farm boy that gained superhuman speed. Keeping his powers hidden to train as a hero, he gained attraction as an urban legend as Atlanta Blur. Nevertheless, business show agents arrived to offer him a contract, leading to him to become famous. However, this didn't sit well with Nighthawk, believing he abandoned his dream as a hero. As Nighthawk convinced him to become more of a hero, Stanley partners up with Nighthawk and Hyperion, a Superman copycat. Stanley cut ties with Nighthawk after overhearing him use a negative term to describe him. Just teaming up with Hyperion, they were forced to join the government. The newly formed Squadron Supreme was born. They were sent on a mission to take out an African general and take out rebels in Iraq. Finally, at number 1, we have Lightspeed. Born in Richmond, Virginia, Julie Power was the second oldest sibling of the superhero team called Power Pack. She would gain powers from a xenozoologist and decided to retire once she got older to live a normal life. Deciding to become an actress, she agreed to a mission by Rick Jones, a supporting character to Bruce Banner. Deciding to use her powers again, she battles the red, hard, diamond-skinned mutant known as Hollow, aka Penance, and the Spider-Man-like mutant known as Ricochet, where she's injured by Hollow. She recovers from this and tried out for an audition, but fails. Catching the attention of an action director, this was short-lived due to his thirst for young girls. Quitting the job, she joins the Avengers Academy. After coming out the closet, she falls into depression, and she would help her brother save the Future Foundation from dangerous creatures. Coming out as bisexual, she rejoins Power Pack and teams up with Moon Girl, Devil Dinosaur, and Gwenpool.